Hey folks, TechTucker here. In today's episode we are going to do an updated game room tour for 2024. I did a video like this last year, however it's one of those where I should have shown a little more like personality and kind of talked through the room a little bit, as the video was just kind of me showing what's in the room basically without any explanation or anything like that, any rhyme or reason if you will. So what I'm going to do in today's episode is I'm just going to give an overview of pretty much everything in the room, kind of how I've got it laid out, and also just show some changes that I've made over the last year. And more importantly, also ask for advice on how you guys, do your game rooms and such. Because again, I've got a bit of overflow and it's something I'm working on. But without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so starting off with this wall here, this is where I built the Sega Mega Drive wall, if you will. Question about that bathtub, it is Pokemon figures I had from my childhood. They needed a bit of a wash when I took them back from my mum and dad's house, so they're in the bathtub there, as I do have a display cabinet over there and more of the legitimate figures that aren't counterfeits. So right up here, again, it's just kind of a makeshift display at the minute. I do have the 9 figure from a Sonic Prime, I just like the legs on it. And I've also got a stretchy Sonic, which one of my friends got me for my birthday last year. So I also have the boxed Wii Zapper right there. That cost me like £4 out of cash converters, I believe. And then moving on here, we do have my NES collection. Most of it anyways. I have had a few games since I go into the Glasgow gaming market and such. So a bit about those. Punch-Out is missing because it's actually in my Retron because I played it last night. And then I do have my Super Nintendo cartridges. With this shelf, I initially did have like the Mega Drive collection in here. It was more so that I ended up swapping it out because I outgrew it almost in like a week. Because I did get a couple more games. I just wasn't satisfied with the way it looked. And I felt this would be better used as space for the cartridges just because they were lumped in on shelves randomly. And not only that, they were just, flown around. And with the N64 games, they were in a box for like, since I moved into this house. So yeah, you could tell that's Killer Instinct right there. Again, just some more games. If you want to see a more in-depth view of my NES and SNES collection or anything like that, again, feel free to request it in the comments below. But yeah, finally got somewhere for the N64 collection. Yeah, quite a few games here. N64 I did grow up with, a childhood system. Got that golf game in a bundle of Facebook that ended up being free, V-Rally. Nothing particularly noteworthy I'm pulling out, but yeah, Smash Bros. And then I also do have cartridge-only Mega Drive games and the Pixel Pals Sonic. My mum got me this for Christmas a good few years ago. Turn them on for the sake of the footage. Here, that's Comic Zone. It's in poor shape, pretty well beat up. And then you've got Flicky, Kid Chameleon, Toy Story, and Sonic and Knuckles, of course. And then right here, got one of my Japanese N64 games, Puyo Puyo Sun, my childhood Super Mario 64, as I do have a nicer condition one in the shelves up here. And then I do have 2 Atari 2600 games, as I acquired one back in end of November or December. So yeah, that's Pac-Man and Frogger. Got the box for Pac-Man, it's in less than good condition I suppose, and Frogger, which I have the manual for. So here, this is just a bit of overflow of games that I've not yet cleaned and put in shelves or anything like that. Again, just games from like Christmas and that. I've just kind of sat here for a wee bit. And then, again, games from the pickups that I've had recently. Not only that, I do have some Mega Drive games. These all have manuals. And the manuals are all in good shape. So again, just Wonder Boy, Chaos Engine I got from the gaming market. Panic on Funkotron. Similar. CEX Roulette, this one was before they introduced it with manual prices. And it's in great shape, so very pleased with that. Found Double Dragon 3 in my local CEX. And then Space Harrier 2 as well. So yeah, that's a bit about this part of the collection. I'm gonna hop on up here. Here I have my Sonic poster for Mazda. And then I got a frame out for like Dunelm. And I also have a shelf for N64 boxes. Most of these are complete, the exception being Pokemon Stadium was just the box only, so it's missing like the inserts. Pokemon Stadium 2 is just missing the manual. Snap's complete, Mickey Speedway USA is complete, and then these other games are also complete. And then this Crash Bandicoot poster, I framed it. I had to fold it over slightly just because I'm at the edge here, because it was oversized. I got it as a bonus for buying Crash Bandicoot merchandise, which is a Crash Bandicoot hat I've never worn. Right here, I've got a vintage Super Mario Brothers towel. Gonna try and get a better shot of it. And yeah, with that, it's just a towel. I got it at a charity shop for like £2 or so. And then I also do have some boxed Jack Sonic figures right here. Just some of the characters that different sculpts. Like Sonic's face is slightly different here. It's not like a grin. Tails has got different tails there. Knuckles is slightly different sculpt as well. With my silver, I moved his head and it scraped all the paint under his chin, so I bought a replacement one for better condition. Omega because he was on sale, and then I traded another boxed Omega I had for a KL Zero with my brother. And just some plushies here as well. Got Dratini, Gengar Build-A-Bear, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Christmas Pikachu. And yeah, that's that. So moving over here, first shelf you'll see frequented in my background quite a lot. You'll see the first game here, Coffee Talk Double Pack, as a recent acquisition. They had a good discount on eBay, so it was like 20% off. And it's not one I don't think is going to stick around for too long. And again, they're just some games that have had like limited run prints and that, so to find a PAL copy, I was like, why not? I'll pick up both. And then I've got my N64 online controller, NES online controller as well. These ones went on sale like last year around my birthday, so I bought them then. And with this, my brother ended up buying a couple, so I just got one off of him. Behind here is like the GameCube collection. I've mixed in Japanese games here as well. If you want to see a more in-depth GameCube video, please let me know. At the minute, it's just kind of overflow of things I've just kind of chucked on the shelf here. And I'll also move over this just so you can see what's behind it. Def Jam games is something I really do want to get to quite soon. So I know it's something that a lot of people do like. And then here, Mario Kart Live, which got off Facebook for like 20 quid. And here we have more GameCube games there. And of course that Wii game that I just kind of sat on. To be fair, I do need to update the free game collection series. This one's still not listed, I've just been lazy with it. But yeah, some more Wii games right there. And then some cartridges. For Pokemon Yellow, I've been playing a fair bit in the past, and then Pokemon Green from my birthday. And then just some extra cartridges. It's just shells, so it's all just kind of tacked on here. Then you're moving on to the Wii games right here. Again, quite a good range of Wii games. I'm considering downsizing this just a bit to get rid of some filler titles. Then my son was in here just for like a few minutes, so some of the Sonic figures are a little bit all over the place, but yeah, I do display my Jax figures alongside here as well. And yeah, I'm quite into collecting for the Sonic Jax line. And then there are some more Wii games here. I've got some overflow of Dragon Ball Super volumes, just boxes that, to be honest, I don't know where to put. And the remains of my Blu-ray collection here as well. But yeah, that's just a bit about that. Some of the Wii U games here, that Phineas and Ferb one's worth quite a pretty penny, if you will, so I might trade that up one day for something that's a bit more desirable in the collection, but for now, I'm happy to just hold on to it. And then going back up here, I do have my Sonic Funko Pops there. I've got that Carbuncle hat from Play Expo in June, that was. They were doing Puyo Puyo themed stuff, so I've got a couple of those. Below there you'll see oh yeah, you can see an Orion Funko Pop from Summoner's War, like the only mobile game I play, and then some Crash Bandicoot ones at the bottom, which you can't see for the plushies. But they got the Sana Yoshi here, that was like £8 at a charity shop. I thought, pretty reasonable. Isabelle, and then Anniversary Kirby plush, and Octodad right here as well. With Octodad, he cost like £3 on clearance from Fangamer, so that's the reason I bought it. And then you've also got the box of Pokemon Yellow I got for the unboxed price because the cartridge that it came with had a rip on the label, so I just traded the cartridge back in the next day and kept my nice condition one, so I've got a very good clean copy of Pokemon Yellow now. So yep, very pleased with that. And then all the inserts are present, it's all complete, so I'm very happy with that. And then with the artwork for this one, the DVD itself's a bit scratched, but I don't particularly care. It's more so I just like the artwork, and Pokemon the first movie is nostalgic, so it's sitting on display. Then I've got the Build-A-Bear Bowser sitting with my UFC hat that I got at UFC 286. And I've got the play-by-play Charizard chilling up there. So we'll hop on to the other shelf in just a moment. Alrighty, so got some more things to talk about here. Sonic Exy plush right there. I got that from a pal for Christmas. It's quite funny, so I thought I'd put him up on the shelf. It's one of those, it's just a meme gift, if you will, but I like it. Got the Tomy Dark Child plush right there as well. Got some Sitting Cuties plushes, a Zoomarl and Sceptile with the Mrs. copy of Mario 3D All-Stars, just because I've already got it on the shelf, and I thought the case would make a nice display piece. Similarly, got Taiku Tatsujin Drum and Fun. The drum is all in there. The game itself is on my shelf, but I just wanted to, have that out on display because it's a cool looking box and it's pretty sizable, so why not? Then got some Totaku figures there of Heihachi, Jin, Naleming, Ryu, Crash Bandicoot. With all those, they were on clearance minus Crash. I bought him when he came out. But those ones are like 99 pence each, so it costs like £4. And then I've got a little Raymond figure there from Animal Crossing New Horizons. And up here, I'm not happy that my Lilith figure is covered, but I like the play-by-play Crash Bandicoot, and I got this Skylanders Spyro at a charity shop for like £1, so why not? That Claptrap plush as well, clearance out of Mankind. And then the first 4 figures, a Spyro statue. Don't like how he's so covered, but it's just making room for these things. I've also got a Stubbins Parappa the Rapper plush as well. And then behind that is the Marcus bobblehead from Borderlands 2 Special or Collector's Edition, I'm not 100% sure. And then I've got a figure of Centipede up there with the Crash Bandicoot crate box that came with the... Can't remember what brand that Crash is, the figure. You'll see it later anyways. And then, of course, I have a Turbo Man figure. Turbo Man, Jingle All The Way, is my family's traditional Christmas movie, and you've also got Lotad there, so hence why he is displayed there all year long, no shame or regrets. And then you do have my PlayStation 1 collection here as well. My brothers are actively playing through the first Alundra right now. Again, that's a great game. It's kind of like Zelda styled, if you want to play that. And then Alundra 2 takes a different approach where it's more 3D. So again, those are some unknown titles. Definitely pick them up if you can find them. They're not too expensive. They still float around the £30 mark, £20 to £30. But yeah, got some PlayStation 1 games. A lot of these I did get before the COVID boom of video games went crazy. I bought a lot of these in 2019 and got a lot of car boot sales around that time as well. And for example, there's a game shop I went into, Hogs of War, £2, and absolute bargain. I did pay up for Klonoa. This one cost me like £70 at the time, and then it shot up after COVID, so I was like, oh, well, it wasn't a bad investment at least. But then you've got some other bits there as well, some CEX roulettes, but for the most part, as I say, I got a lot of this pre-COVID. Parappa the Rapper, again, just platinumed the remastered and that on PS5. It's a very fun game. A lot of people like, first and second game. I like the first one just a bit more. And then you've got some other games here as well. Silent Hill was a good one to grab when I bought that. It was like £35 at Comic-Con. No manual, unfortunately, but pretty happy with that. Then, yeah, I got some more. I remember getting the Grinch January last year. It was like £28 or something. It's like a £40 game. Complete condition, nice shape, and I got it literally like a week before I started doing YouTube. So never got that on video. Theme Hospital as well, got that for a tenner out of a Cash Generators. That's Theme Park World, sorry. Yeah, all complete. Then Tomb Raider Vib Ribbon, that one's got a fun story. I walked all the way from Edinburgh Waverley to the Leith CEX to pick this one up because I just wanted it. I just needed out the house. I wanted to go for a massive walk. So I did just that, walked all the way to the Leith store. This was complete in immaculate condition, and it was only £40 at the time, so absolutely worth it in hindsight. If I knew that the price of that one was going to more or less double, I would have probably been foaming at the mouth and raced in there. Similarly with Jammer Lammy, got that in a pretty beat up case around 2019 for £40 off eBay. I actually bought this game to replace it with. I sellotaped the case shut. But yeah, bought a game just to replace the case with. Very nice condition now, and this game fetches like £80 as well, complete condition, and good condition too, so yeah, that was a worthwhile upgrade. Twisted Metal as well, missing the front cover, but the disc is quite scratched, so I don't reckon it'd work, but it was 99p at a charity shop, so it is what it is. And Wu-Tang is a fun one to mention. I remember a colleague at work was talking about the Wu-Tang game on PS1, and I was like, oh yeah, do you know about the controller? So I went on eBay, and there was a bundle for that and the controller for £40. I bought it. I do not regret that. I've got the controller in my drawer there. It's in my rare games video from like last year as well. So, having a look at the DS games here again. It's a pretty small collection, but I would say it's a solid collection. So, Pokemon Conquest, got that for Christmas from my brother there, complete as well. Very happy about that, as that was like one of my biggest trade-in regrets ever. And then, similarly with the other Pokemon games, I bought those. It was a good mix. I'd say a lot of like the versions, for example, not all of them, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver and that I got a good few years ago. But like, when around the time my son was born, I was bored, so I was just kind of buying video games to pass the time. Things like Pokemon White 2, I was hunting for that one for a good while, got a good deal for like £50. Pokemon Diamond as well, Pearl, Platinum. I already had the Ranger games. Pokemon White, I remember finding cartridge only and then bought the case off eBay. Got that for like £20 all in, which is good. And some other DS games here, but yeah, I got rid of all the crap filler titles like the Mahjongs and whatnot. Yeah, and they were just taking up space, not games I'm interested in. It made me feel deflated about collecting for the DS. The killer, no filler approach really does work, because it just goes, oh yeah, I've actually got high quality titles here, not just complete garbage. And then you've got some of the Pokemon figures I found in the charity shop the other week. Just they fit in nicely there, so I'll leave them there for now and then rotate them out or whatever. But similar with the original Xbox, I am trying to go for the killer, no filler approach. And I feel I've got a pretty good start here. There is some filler, of course. That's just Tom Clancy games in the dark bit, and then Punisher and Simpsons Road Rage. But yeah, it's not a big collection for original Xbox, but it's I'd say a refined one. And PS2 is something I'm in the process of downsizing a bit. I've got rid of quite a lot. This used to take up way more shelf space, but it's getting to a position where I'm kind of happy with it. Jade Cocoon 2 is missing there, as the copy is at my brother's. And then, yeah, just some more games. Some of them CEX wouldn't take, but again, I'm happy with like things like these. The reason I have a lot of these PS2 games is because they were cheap. Parappa the Rapper 2 is one that gets an honourable mention just because I like that series. But yeah, most of these, yeah, were cheap. Nothing much to add there. PS3 collection. I do technically have a PS3. It's just not in my house. My brother has it. So, I've not paid for it yet either. So, that's something I've been meaning to sort out. But he's going to add some more thermal paste before I actually take the system. But now, this is another system I'm looking to actually downsize a bit. It's just finding what I'm willing to get rid of, basically. I've not got rid of much. I did get rid of my original Devil May Cry. And if you watch the free game collection series, I did have a sealed copy, and I put it. I kept the slipcover. I'll get that out and put it over my special edition. Why? Because it's a slipcover that I just thought looked cool. And at the end of the day, you can still see it is the special edition right there. But yeah, again, with things like a lot of these, literally just clearance games. Like I bought, although I like these games, I did buy it on clearance. Battlefield 4 charity shop. Arkham Knight was one of my original Xbox One games. Balan Wonderworld, I did buy that when it came out. Never played it, as you can see. Assassin's Creed, charity shop, Anthem 50p and Asda. A Plague Tale is one of the ones I actually went and sought out, because it just looked like an interesting game. Now I've got the sequel on PS Plus, so I've got both games for when I'm ready to give them a shot. But yeah, Crackdown was part of the free game collection. This one, it got pretty bad reviews. I think it's a pretty solid budget title, if you will, if you like the Rocky series. You know, it's a fun enough arcadey type fighter. I'd say it's worth a go if and it's an easy like achievement game as well, if you're into that sort of thing. Call of Duties, again, most of these charity shops. Cold War and Modern Warfare are ones I actively bought when they came out, so yeah, Crash 4 as well, I bought that when it came out. Same with Cyberpunk. Amazon clearance, I bought Deadpool because it was cheap. So Deadpool is one that holds a bit of value, if I can put it back in, maybe later. And then you've got some other bits here. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Fallout 4, Far Cry 5, again, charity shop find as the clearance, game clearance for Crossroads, which I'm happy about, because that's one I actually wanted to try someday. I know it's a bad game, but I like the Fast and Furious series, similar to like Garfield Kart. This was just in clearance in game. Forza games, Forza 6 was charity shop find, Forza 4 I did buy brand new at the time, but I ended up just playing it on Game Pass. So I've got the copy. Gears of War 4. I need to get the Gears of War Ultimate actually. Geometry Wars was free game collection. Grid was clearance. Guitar Hero Live, I was one of the fools that got it when it came out. It's crap, don't like it. Halo Master Chief Collection got with my Xbox One. Same with Halo 5. Hitman 2 as the clearance. Just Cause 4 as the clearance. I got a whole pile of these for like £1 each. Sold them all on eBay for a tenner each. I made quite a good bit of money off of that. Just Cause 3 was one of the OG Xbox games as well. I really enjoyed this game. I remember playing at one of my friend's house. Like every time we go there, we just take shots like flying around, hook shotting everywhere, blowing crap up. Never actually played the story, I just wanted to blow shit up. And then, yeah, similar here. I'll focus that a bit better. Kingdom Hearts 3 was cheap. Got given Madden 19 by a friend. Mafia Trilogy as the clearance. Maneater's one I actually bought. I got Metal Gear just because I would rather have this on PlayStation, to be fair, so I might go for the complete version of it one day. I do want to try Metal Gear series. My brothers absolutely love it. It's just not something I've got into playing. Mighty Number 9 was complete out of CEX. Catalyst was in a 3 for 2 for like 99p, and I like the first game, so I was like, may as well add the other one to the collection. Monster Hunter World is a game I played when it came out. Had a lot of fun with my friends. Never played the DLC, but I don't really go for DLC anyways. Mortal Kombat 11 Steelbook Edition. If I ever get a complete version, I'm going to sell this on, of course. But yeah, not much. I got that at clearance in game, I already had it on Switch. Need for Speed Unbound. I got that at CEX, that was cheap. Project Cars 2 was cheap Black Friday. So yeah, you're seeing the recurring themes. Any other games that are worth mentioning there? Do have Resident Evils. I quite like Resident Evil series, and Xbox was my primary platform when I was playing those games. So that's why they're all in there. Rock Band 4 is a great game. I remember getting that with a guitar only when I worked at Game, and it was, I think I must have paid like £20 for it. Yeah, it was just a guitar bundle, so I've still got the box and all that, and that's one of the only games I've actively bought DLC for. But yeah, with all the Sonic games here, with the exception of Sonic Colors Ultimate, they were all £10 off Amazon or Asda. Spyro I got when it came out on Xbox. This was a charity shop find for like £15, which at the time was a good deal. To be fair, I think £15 is still a pretty solid price for Jedi Fallen Order. Never played it, but something that I might try out someday. I'm not a big Star Wars guy though. Sunset Overdrive, Bomberman R. I got Monkey Ball out of a cash converter for like £8. Again, this was on clearance from Game. £10 off Amazon for Team Sonic Racing. £5 for King of the Fighters, which I wanted on PlayStation. But for a £5, I was like, I may as well just pick up on the Xbox. Tekken 7. Funnily enough, I have Tekken 8 arriving tomorrow at the time of filming this, so look forward to that. But I only played a bit of Tekken 7. I got this in a bundle with Project Cars 2 from Curry's on Black Friday. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Fantastic game. Play it if you haven't. And then I had to get Pro Skater 5 for the collection. It sucks. And then the Tasmanian Tiger HD, which I bought with Christmas money one year. And UFC 4, which I played largely on Game Pass, but Asda had it on clearance for a £5. So again, a lot of recurring themes of the Xbox One collection. Then I do have a small, but again, refined PSP collection. I don't play the PSP much, but I have played, I played a bit of Super Monkey Ball on it. Monkey Ball Adventure, it's pretty rubbish to be honest. I'm going to play Sonic Rivals someday. Frogger Helmet Chaos I played a little bit of. Most of these were just what I got with the bundle from the car boot sales. I got a PSP with a huge stack of games for like £20. And I had loads of filler titles like The Sims and that, but I ended up just selling those on. But again, of course I played Parappa the Rapper on it. I bought that with an extra voucher. So I forgot it even had a shelf there. But yeah, these are just sports titles. But yeah, solid collection. And then there's my 3DS collection here as well. And you can see what I mean by things are getting close to, being full. With a lot of the 3DS stuff, a lot of it was clearance and charity shops. Well, I wouldn't even say charity shops, that's incorrect. Just clearance from places like Argos and whatnot. There was a time where they were just clearing loads of stock, and that's where most of this collection came from, why a large chunk of it is still sealed. Because a lot of these games I actually did have when they came out, but then I traded them in, vice versa. So what I ended up doing is when Argos had them on clearance, I'd buy the ones I didn't have, and I was like, oh, I used to have that game. Like Fire Emblem Echoes is one I'm happy that I got. Metroid Prime Federation Force, not happy I've got that necessarily, but you get the gist. And then in this tin as well is my Rumble U figures. Out of all these, I think the only ones that I actively went out my way to buy was like Pokemon titles. And that's it. Most of these were literally just clearance titles, and fortunately for me, that worked out. So with this tin here, as I say, that's my Rumble U figures with some trading card pins, because I did actually used to collect Pokemon trading cards. Most of these are in fine condition, but Piplup has broke off, unfortunately. Poor Piplup. But yeah, me and my brother really enjoyed Rumble U, regardless of the quality of the game. It's just a fun button mashing, kind of mindless fun game to go through. He's got pretty much a complete set. I think he's just missing the shiny Pikachu or shiny Genesect, but yeah. What I'll do now is go over the next shelf in just a sec. Okay, so now we're on to the next shelf here, and again it's more like collectibles and such. More figures, plushies, you name it. I've got my Marvel Legends figures over here as well, and my Lego Muppets. That was a fun phase. B&M were selling these for like a few quid each, and I like the Muppets, so I wanted the whole set, and I had to buy Kermit off eBay, I had to buy Janice off eBay, and the other eBay one was Beaker. And I've got in my drawer at my work desk, I've got tons of duplicates of Fozzie in particular. But yeah, with the Marvel Legends figures, most of these, they're characters that I do like. Some of them were just purchased because they were on clearance, like Moreland, for example, is like pretty cheap. But for the most part, these are ones I actually wanted to have in the collection here. So, and that's some AI like Tony Stark right there, but if you just put on the helmet, can't tell. Then you've also got the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, Miles, and Spider-Gwen. You've also got Future Hawkeye, Future Logan. And then you've got Doctor Strange there, that's from the Multiverse of Madness. The Thor Love and Thunder figure, which, to be fair, I like the figure, but the movie was not good. And then got like Hulk, Black Panther, Vision, Falcon, you know, just some pretty standard superheroes. I need to get a better Captain America figure. I want a better, like, I want to try and steer away from MCU figures. I just prefer the standard like comic designs. Then I've got the No Way Home pops, because I was like, I really want the Marvel Legends figures, but I'm not paying £100 for a 3-pack, and I've not found the individual carded releases. So yeah, Tom Holland Spider-Man's at the bottom, because he's one I care least about. I quite like Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man, and of course Tobey Maguire is the G, and a Kermit Simpson. And then I've got the Kirby mousepad that came from My Nintendo. I was going to say Club Nintendo there. And some Jack Sonic plushies. Got the box out of Asda, so I just took it, and then, yeah, it's now a display piece. Behind there, I've got nowhere to put strategy guides at the minute, so just Sonic Generation strategy guide. Then the Sonic Mania Collector's Edition. I've got the PS4 version since I have it on the Switch already, and I had it on the Xbox too. So I got it on PlayStation 4. Then this Knuckles plush here is Play by Play. I got him for €10, and that's why I left the sticker on as a trophy to say yes. I haggled that down by quite a bit. Then I've got the Chibi GE Sonic plush. I want the Shadow, but they're quite expensive. This Sonic at the time was like £25, which was as much as I was willing to pay. And then just some random Pokemon figures there. And of course Raphael chilling in the background there. Then I have a Master Chief Legacy ball. Just thought it was a cool little piece to go with like the Xbox light, which this light is terrible. Don't get them. They're rubbish. Nowhere to put it. It's just kind of an eyesore, but it's not worth selling on either. So, okay, stuck with it now. Then I've got the Resident Evil Tofu duck. It's just one I bought from a friend. I had a bit of an ongoing joke where every occasion I buy him ducks, and then he's got a shelf filled with them. Then the Wind Waker Ganondorf figure, which is broken because I broke that stupidly. And then the Sword and Shield pre-order Score Bunny, I think that's his name, Grookey and Sobble. Then a Rubber Knuckles, Hatsune Miku, who is my waifu. Sister got me that Louis statue for Christmas. It's actually pretty cool, so yep. And then the Sonic Mania Cartridge Collector's Edition, the Crash controller holder. This one is not a good one. He just always topples over, and I had to actually return one because it broke. Then the Hasbro Elekid plush. More Totaku. Again, these were all on clearance. The Mega Man one was a good one to find on clearance. And the Spyros were literally the price of the individual Spyro that I've got boxed in the cupboard somewhere. Then the Flocked Mewtwo Funko Pop, Hasbro Merry Christmas Pikachu plush, and the Mecha Frieza, which was a favourite out of B&M. Then finally got the 9 figure here. My sister got me that for Christmas. It was just one of the blind box Sonic figures, so he just sits here now. And then Smash Bros. Ultimate, the limited edition. Love this box, just love the banner artwork there. So you bet that collector's edition was always going to be on display. Comes with the game. I had a steelbook, which I don't care for steelbooks whatsoever. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I'm just like, if I get a steelbook, I don't want it. Came with a GameCube controller adapter, the GameCube controller as well, because my brother got the Wii U and I played that rather than my own at the time. Because we still lived in the same house at that point, so there was no point in having two Wii U's, two GameCube adapters, and yada yada. Then you've got these Kirby figures. I literally got one at a time, never got any doubles. I just happened to get stupid lucky with these, and these figures are incredible. Really like these. Again, this Kirby here is more modern, holding Star Allies. This one's holding, I think that's I couldn't tell you, it's probably like Kirby Dream Land, one of them, or something. Then you've got the first Kirby game there. And yeah, they don't make too much merchandise of like the classic Kirby designs, so these are some of my favourite figures there. Oh, and I forgot to mention Totaku, Banjo, and Parappa the Rapper. So right here we do have the Nintendo Switch collection with the vintage Mario Kart DS like pullback figures. That was a fun subset to collect. I kind of accidentally ended up doing it. I just found lots of them and I was like, yeah, why not, I'll finish the set, because my childhood ones, Mario and Yoshi, I got for Christmas one year. My brother had Wario and Peach. My brother's Peach one's head came off, so I got a double of that through a bundle like this. So yeah, I've now got the full UK set. I know there's more like Japanese ones than that. And Bowser was the one that took me the longest to track down. But yeah, more Switch games over here. You will see some like limited run Switch games like Doom 64 and whatnot. Fast RMX, for example, that's super rare. It's not something I buy a lot these days, but still something that is worth checking out. I'm gonna get the next one I'll probably get is the Rocket Knight Adventures pack, just because I want Sparkster and I don't want to pay £100 for it. Got some Funko Crash Team Racing figures, the vintage Mario Party blocky style figures. But yeah, I'll do a more in-depth Switch collection video one day. Some more Mario 64 figures just chilling there. Again, so many different Switch games here. I'm going to try and save a lot of my thoughts on those for a Switch collection video. Similar with this Kirby figure set as well. They were all blind bagged. I'll say blind bagged, they came in plastic balls, and I just happened to get lucky and get them all first time. So I just seem to have good luck with Kirby, it seems. Then I've got the Spyro figure here and some more Switch games. Then this Spider-Man came in that bundle with a Charizard figure in a charity shop. Crash Bandicoot figure that I had to crate over there. And then, yeah, Banjo pin that's apparently limited edition. Then moving over here, again, some more doubles right there. And then little Lego Tales, more Switch games. And then the, oh crud, I can't remember what that game's called. It's not Starfield, is it? Is it Starfield? No, that's a different game. I'm gonna actually go over here. It was Starlink, that's it. Starlink was the game. The foxes in here. It's not a game that, it's a pretty cool game. Toys to Life was long gone at that point though. Then moving on to the PlayStation 4 collection. Again, not a ton here, just some. Most of these games I just buy because they were cheap. With the exception of like Crash Team Racing, I wanted to play that when I got my PS5. Cuphead is PS4 was the only platform I didn't have it on, which is why I have the physical there. Hot Shot Racing was cheap, but that's a game I really like. And Sonic Colors Ultimate Edition, or whatever it is, came with a keychain, £13 off Amazon. Cosmic Shakes one I want to get around to at some point, it was cheap as well, on clearance. The Last of Us Remaster, I'm considering trading this one in because I have the remaster on PS5. And if I do that, that's just some super rare cards. So I'm going to do the same for Last of Us Part 2, as that was £7 on Black Friday last year. Or the year before even, because now we're in 2024. But yeah, won't say too much about the PS5 game since there is a collection video. And then similarly with the Xbox 360 games, that's what a lot of this is. I'm quite fond of the 360, just kind of give you a quick overview of a lot of these. Again, I do have a collection video on the 360 here, and that's what a large remainder of this shelf is. Yeah, I've not had too many more pickups since that collection video. Don't get me wrong, I'm still picking up 360 games, but yeah, it's slowed down a lot because realistically, getting at a point where I've got a lot of the quality titles, I'll just be buying filler for the most part. Then you've got the Mega Drive collection here as well. For the most part, it's not everything, because there's games that need to be sorted into it, as you saw earlier, and I'm in overflow now. And yes, I do have my Prime bottles. I just think they're cool, and I like the taste of Prime. So yeah, now we're going to have a quick look at this. This is the retro setup. Just going to move my office chair. I'm also going to move the tripod, because that's sitting right here. So yeah, this is the new retro corner. I do have the Retron plugged in right here. And yeah, I've been playing a bit of Punch-Out. Those speakers require a power source, so through that plug right there. Then I'm going to move there. So you do have my Prime bottles. I've just put them there for display purposes. The cable's kind of messed up the order a bit. But yeah, I just think the bottles look cool, so why not? It's almost like, if I'm not hunting for video games, I'll hunt for flavors of Prime sometimes. But yeah, this monitor here is a new addition, because I do have this TV here. All the cables are still there. It's more so, it looks like a complete mess for the most part. I just need to put those away, because I need to find... I want to find a more optimal space for this retro TV here. But for now, just playing like NES, SNES, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Mega Drive, this is the more convenient solution. So yeah, I did play a bit of Spider-Man the other day as well. And then I'm going to try not show too high up. I do have a God of War display piece. And then right up here, I do have a Supersonic Guard in the room, and a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet poster that I got from Smith's for free. So yeah, that's a bit about the game collection and the retro setup. Again, it's quite a comfortable setup. I do like it. It just fits in quite nicely. But finding a more optimal space, I know like the shelf over there is a bit crammed. I'm thinking about just swapping it around at some point. But yeah, I'll show the display case, and then that'll pretty much be the room tour. Alright, so I do have a display cabinet here. I'll go into a bit more detail shortly. For the most part, this is just like the amiibo I've acquired over the last year or so, with the exception of, say, the Detective Pikachu and the Mario Odyssey ones. I already had those. Yeah, they're just kind of sat up here, I don't really open them, and a lot of my sealed amiibo are in the cupboard here. So yeah, I've got some Mega Man. I think they're Dorbs or something, I'm not 100% sure. They were on clearance in like Forbidden Planet in Glasgow before they changed location. And then I've got Mario Odyssey Jax figure here, and then just hiding behind there is Conor McGregor and the Mickey Mouse plush I got when I went to Disneyland. But yeah, as I say, I made that, I say made it, but with this Mewtwo amiibo right here, spray painted that. It was just a cool wee project to do. I wanted a gold amiibo because Mario was not in the UK. But having a look here, so it is a lot of the vintage toys I'm quite nostalgic for. The Mario Kart 64 figures, the only one I need to get is Bowser. And I also need a standard Mario, that's Ghost Mario, as you can see by the translucent plastic. Then my Resource Sonic figures, not necessarily the best condition. I'm also missing Gamma and the accessories, but a lot of these I did get really cheap, so I'm just happy to have the figures in the collection. I would say a holy grail item would be the Sonic Adventure 2 Joyride figures, the bendy ones, the Sonic and the Shadow. But yeah, got some Tomy vintage Pokemon figures here. I got these recently from Mum and Dad's house. And then I got Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee from Pokédot in the Glasgow Gaming Market. So yeah, some of my favourite figures. And then right here, I do have a good chunk of amiibo on display. It's not the best way to display them, admittedly, and it's not all the amiibo I have. All the Smash Bros amiibos apart from the other Bayonetta variant. And I missed the pre-order for Sora, so I am kicking myself about that one, because that's going to cost me a fortune down the line, I reckon. But hopefully, before he comes out next month, they'll do another pre-order run. But yeah, I'm pretty sad about that. I do need to give these a good dusting, as some of them are still quite dusty from the years I've had them on display. Right here, it's a bit darker, but it's just the Jazzware Sonic figures right there. Yeah, I got a lot of these when I was like a teenager. Quite desirable and sought after these days, but I would say since the Jax Pacific figures came out, I think they have went down a bit, but that's fair, just because there's more options for some of these characters. Like Blaze, for example, there's now not just one Blaze figure, and same for like Vector, Espio, and such. Then right here, it's a bit dark, so I do apologise for that. Let's see if we can get that on. Perfect. Yeah, these are the 2-inch line of the Jax Pacific figures. Again, I largely go for the for the what do you call it, the 4-inch line. But yeah, this is what I've got here. My mum did get me a second set of this for Christmas. She didn't know I had the Green Hill thing, but I was just saying, yeah, I've kind of got it, but my son plays with the Sonic figure, which is why he's not there, so yeah, it's fine. But yeah, these 2-inch figures are pretty solid. The one that I'm missing and that hurts the most is the Charmy. You can see a couple of them have fell over in the back there, so I do need to go around and grab them. But yeah, I'll just kind of show the Jazzwares figures with light on them there. I can see some marks on that glass. I need to clean it again. But yeah, it's largely just to display my Sonic figures right there. And this brings us to the last part. I wouldn't say this is part of the room per se. More so it's just some overflow that I kind of need to organise. I've got some gaming pickups here that have just sat for a little while. Like Japanese Kirby 64 because it was much cheaper than the UK version. Just some bits that I've not categorised into the collection yet. Again, things like Dead Space was a clearance title at Asda. Turnip Boy was on sale on Amazon, it looked interesting. Far Cry 5, I played that a few months ago. Magical Tetris Challenge, I need to sort into the collection too. Egomania, these are just some pickups I didn't get on camera. Universal, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and Magna Carta 2. That one I was looking for ages. But on eBay, they always go for like £30 or more with the manual. And this one's complete, in good shape. I hope that's not on the inside. But yeah, that'll be part of the free game collection actually. So spoilers. And then I've got some hard drives there. Bomberman Land on the Wii, Sega Classics collection, Mega Game 6, which I'm considering trading back in because I don't like these kinds of compilations. Ren and Stimpy, complete. It's a bit beat up, so I got pretty cheap, but I'll show. Like, the cartridge did have some ink on it, I tried to rub it off, didn't go too well, and the manual is in nice shape, minus the fact that it has Fox written on it, but other than that, I only paid like £12 for it, so solid. And then Landstalker, which is one that I got for a very good price, because it does have the manual. If I can open it, come on, sometimes they give me a sec. Well, while I'm opening that, these are some more Tomy figures that, again, that Arcanine's a bootleg, unfortunately. Some of these are broken because they're my childhood ones that I just played with too rough. But yeah, back to Landstalker. You'll see it's like, it's alright condition. The manual is taped together, it's just the front and back covers, they came off. And I got the game for like £50 all in, which CEX sell on without the manual for £70. So £50 for a complete copy. I don't really care if the manual is like, as long as it's all there, I'm quite happy with that. So Landstalker, I think this is kind of like Alundra was like a spiritual successor to this as well, so it's partly why it was on my radar. But yeah, you'll see some other titles here. There's some PS4 games there, and I think they're just the ones that are still not sold from the free game collection. And then yeah, just some overflow PS5. Some Sonic figures here. I just need to sort into the shelving. These ones are very recent releases, so I got them like in the last week or so. DS I've been playing, Switch I've been playing, Steam Deck I've been playing, so I just leave them there because I do take them out quite frequently. So I just put them in my bag and they're rarely sitting on the floor like this. But yeah, just a bit of overflow that I need to sort out. So I've just kind of left it in the middle of the room so it's like front and center for my attention basically. Alright folks, and there we have it. That is the game room tour of, there's my tripod, it's professional. But yeah, that's the game room tour of 2024. As I say, I've still got some work to do and I want to better optimize the space, like this corner here. I'm thinking of moving that shelf along, maybe inserting the monitor and the wee drawers there to maybe facilitate a bit of a break between that and that, so I'm not like right at my office desk as well when I do play video games, just to break up the space a little bit. But yeah, offer some suggestions, like with this wall right here, considering adding more shelves right there, maybe putting on my Mega Drive games there. because I just think that would look cool, similar to like what Retro Ghetto has. But yeah, if you want to see any collection videos, you want to see any different types of content with like Xbox games, I'm thinking of doing videos on genres of games. I think that will be very interesting, just to highlight like specific racing games, RPGs, third-person shooters. I think that's what my next series in mind is going to be. But yeah, if you liked the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And as always, take care, have a good one, thanks, and goodbye.